What's the got, you guys? Let me talk to you and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, I know I have been on and off recently with content, and the reason is because I've got very busy in the last few weeks. I recently got my first car, and not just that, I started back on my course at college again. So I've been working towards that, and plus I'm getting more shifts at work at the minute. Plus hanging out with the missus. But what I'm going to say is, getting down to it, I wanted to come on here quickly and offer my review of Bash in Berlin, which was this past Saturday. Now, because of all this hysteria, or not hysteria, because of all this busyness I've been going through lately, I actually forgot within all the chaos to make a predictions video about it. But I did see parts of Bash in Berlin, and I can say that it's going to lead into WrestleMania. It's going to lead into Survivor Series. We've got Bad Blood next month, and we've got the premiere of SmackDown on USA. I think it is the premiere of SmackDown USA in about a week's time, 2 weeks' time. So honestly, I am looking very much forward to that. So yeah, no, we had a strap match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. We had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Randy Orton and Gunther. We had the WWE Championship match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. And honestly, like, we had a bunch of other matches, but let me tell you something. I really enjoyed it. I watched the highlights of it. Like I said, I didn't get watching the whole thing, but I watched the highlights of it and I really, really enjoyed it. You know, they've all three matches that I know about, you know, they completely threw out of the park, or through the ballpark, you know, and it was really, really good show. I just want to share my quick thoughts on it. So I definitely see down the line a heel turn from both Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Kevin Owens once again failed to win championship gold by defeating Cody Rhodes. He failed to do that. Randy Orton, I feel so bad for the guy. He returned last year, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels like the WWE's kind of let him down a wee bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Randy Orton has got a lot more to give. Randy Orton is a competitor that has done it all in that business. He's done it all, he's seen it all. He doesn't, you know, wins and losses don't affect him anymore. They really don't. Like Cena, they don't affect him. But I also understand people's frustration, the fact that he is losing every single major match, every single match. I also want to share my frustration about... Now, I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and I know other content creators on this have been thinking about this. We just wanted to give it time because we didn't want to judge it too quickly. I'm going to make a whole separate video about this. But in my opinion, and that's just my opinion, you can have whatever opinion you want, but my opinion, Cody Rhodes' title reign since WrestleMania has been lackluster, to say the least. And that sucks for me to say, because I like Cody Rhodes. I'm one of his biggest fans. But it sucks that he has not been given one good storyline since WrestleMania. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll give you one example. AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes, you know, at Backlash and then at Clash at the Castle, they were two good matches. They were two really, really good matches. But the ones with, like, Logan Paul and then the one with, like, the Bloodline, you know, it kind of feels like his title reign was used to, you know, progress the rumors that Roman Reigns was going to come back at SummerSlam. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to be harsh, but this is really just the truth. The only reason why people tuned in to Solo versus Cody at SummerSlam was to see Roman Reigns return. That's really the only reason. Solo is not a main eventer, and he's not championship material, at least not yet. But no, honestly, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens was good, but we're going to see a Kevin Owens heel turn down the line. I just know we are. What I will say is next, Randy Orton is also going to turn heel down the line. I think, you know, we haven't seen him obviously since Bash in Berlin. He wasn't on Raw last night, but I think somewhere down the line, him and Kevin Owens will just get so frustrated with, you know, helping others and not really focusing on themselves. Like, I remember the days when Kevin Owens, like, it's been a very long time since Kevin Owens was that ignorant, selfish prize fighter who cared about no one else but his own self. Like, he would betray the likes of Sami Zayn, and he'd betray the likes of, you know, Chris Jericho and others to get where he wants to be. So the way I see it is, And Randy Orton's been the same. Like, Randy Orton has been nothing but welcoming to Cody Rhodes since he got back to the WWE. But for how long? That's the question. How long is that going to last? Because Randy Orton came back in November at Survivor Series, and what we thought was going to happen was that he was going to go after the bloodline and possibly dethrone Roman Reigns. Obviously, we knew that wasn't going to happen because they were building Cody Rhodes up to Rhodes versus Reigns Part 2 at WrestleMania this year. And don't get me wrong, no one is saying that Cody Rhodes finishing his story at WrestleMania was a bad idea. No one's saying that. It's just that in my eyes, they kind of rushed this. Like, in my eyes, they've kind of rushed it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, my friends know me this way. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I believe Cody Rhodes was the one to dethrone Roman Reigns, because I'm not gonna bullshit you. I don't believe he was. I don't. It was a compelling story for a whole year that they told about him finishing his father's story, and we all got behind it. And don't get me wrong, whenever I watched him win that championship in the main event of WrestleMania with the likes of Cena out and Rock out and Undertaker out and Seth out, Jey Uso, like, fucking hell, man, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was emotional. I cried that night when I was watching that, so I don't regret it. I don't regret it. But the way they've handled his championship reign since has been boring. Not gonna lie, it's been boring. You can have different opinions if you want, but that's just my opinion. It's been boring in my opinion. And it's been boring because, in my view, the man that I have always looked at to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns since the very beginning, especially since they had that match at the Royal Rumble in 2022, was Seth Rollins. That was the man that I looked at, because you see, they kind of hinted at it in a way, because Seth Rollins won the championship. He won the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash of Champions in 2023, and for a whole year he was like the workhorse champion. He was the one that was the complete opposite to Roman Reigns. In fact, he even said it in interviews before he won the title. I want to win the World Heavyweight Championship so we can all forget about Roman Reigns. Like, that's what he wanted to say. And they had actually, after his 2022 match against Roman Reigns, down the line, they had actually hinted at him possibly having another match with Roman for the title. Like, hinting at it slowly. Like, he would come out sometimes on Raw and say, you know, I want to turn my focus to Roman Reigns, go back for the title. You know, and I remember whenever he got drafted to Raw in 2022 or 2023, I think it was, you know, he actually came out to the ring to Paul, and he says, you know, you pulled your strings and made sure that I don't get another championship opportunity. Like, they had been telling that story, and in my opinion, like, yes, it was emotional and it was good to have Cody finish the story at WrestleMania, but was he the right man for the job? That's the question. Was he the right guy? But anyways, what I will say about the Premium Live event, going back to that, because I'm going off base, I'm going to have to make a whole video about my opinion here and what I think about Randy Orton, Kevin Owens and Seth. What I will say is, no, I do think Bash in Berlin was a really, really good PLE. A lot of people say it was a good house show. Like, they don't look at it as big or small. It was good to see the fact that, you know, Randy and Gunther had another match. They finally got themselves another match, and it was able to have a good finish, a clean finish this time, not a controversial one or not a mess up one. Gunther choked out Randy. So that's just my wiper blades. Gunther choked out Randy clean, and Kevin Owens got beat clean by Cody Rhodes. There will be a heel turn down the line for both of them. The strap match, Drew McIntyre was the right one to win. Kevin Owens was CM Punk was the right one to win that match, because, you know, Drew McIntyre won at SummerSlam, CM Punk won at Bash in Berlin. I bet it'll be 3 out of 3. We'll have, I'm hoping a Hell in a Cell. I'm hoping for Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood next month. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. But there's also a lot of people thinking that they're going to interject Seth into it, but I just don't see how. I feel bad for Seth because there's not really anywhere at the minute on, especially Raw at the minute, that he needs to really be in. Like, you know, you got Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six involved with Chad Gable and all. You got you got Drew and CM Punk going at it. You got you had Gunther and Randy Orton there. You've got Damian and Rhea going after the New Judgment Day. Jey Uso's getting an Intercontinental Championship match, which is good. I think he's already had it. I'm not sure. I'll have to check out Raw. But yes, so Bash in Berlin, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Really, really good. I may not have experienced the crowds like most people who were watching it live, but I would say is UK still the best. UK still the very best. Doesn't matter where you go in the UK, if it's England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, we are still the very best for crowds. Still very best. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. 8 out of 10 I would give it. The rain does not seem to be stopping, so I'm not going to get in my car here. But thank you all so much for watching. I can't promise that I will be back full time. I can't promise that. Raw and SmackDown reviews are a non-certainty at the minute, and they're not certain because I don't know if I have the time. I will continue to post up on the poll bits about Raw and SmackDown, but I will still do my best to get yous your monthly PLE predictions and reviews out. So I'll do my best to get them out. But thank you all so much for watching. God bless, and I'm still here. So thank you all so much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Yeet.